Hello everybody, it's Nancy, and I'm here to run down some of the decks I got in August. I got some really interesting ones, so I thought I would share them with you. I'm going to start with the Poetica Tarot by Julie de Tarasek, and it's a very nice deck from Wild Editions. And it comes from France. The creator of the Lily White sells it on her site, but obviously it's not by her, but it's a deck from France. It's beautiful box, flowers and leaves all around, and it's nice, you know, not magnetic, but it opens up this way. Inside it has a little commentary. I'm never one to, well, first it's in French, so the next one is in English, but I'm never one to much read what I kind of consider marketing hype on the backs of the books or on the boxes. You can read it for yourself if you want. Pause and read. Anyway, the backs of the cards are very lovely. Pull it out. It comes with cards for kind of keywordy information about the deck, and has the Ace of Cups in the bottom of the box as an image. And so I'll show you a few of the cards from that. It's a lovely deck. It's got a lot of vibrant colors. It is collage style, and if I can get it to focus, you can see there's almost a decoupage kind of paper treatment here. So some of this I think must be sort of hand done, unless they got a digital image of decoupage and stuck it on there. That could be too, I'm not sure. But anyway, the images are bright. I really like the High Priestess because she's an image with these birch trees and stars coming through her. That's kind of cool. I find the cardstock too glossy for me. It's got some nice gold gilding on the back. And the cards are interesting, but I wish the cardstock were more matte, maybe a little more substantial. It's a nice deck. It's worth you checking out if you think this is your kind of art. But yeah, maybe not my favorite acquisition of the month. Mainly because of the cardstock. And there's the Five of Pentacles. So some lovely images. Some kind of whimsical images in here. There's the Hierophant, almost winking at you, with a cat around his neck, so that's good. I always like that. You know, some of them are a little bit pippish, the Three of Cups, but not in the main. There's some meaning to all the cards. But anyway, that is the Poetica Tarot that I got this month. So that's number one. It comes from France, so if you're in the US like I am, it can take a little while, but they're very good about getting things shipped out. The next deck I got was kind of an impulse oracle buy. And this is the Arboridium. I don't remember what channel I saw it on, but it just looks so adorable. And one of the things I liked about the idea of it when I looked it up on their site is that their guidebook gives like this fantasy world. This, for example, is a driftlubs or lubes. The creator creates characters, creates species that live in this land, and then tells you sort of a fairy tale about it, along with some sort of conclusion about what that means for the oracle, for the reading of the oracle. But it's kind of fun. I thought, well, it's going to be sort of like creating a little world, which it does, and does it quite nicely. And as I say, it creates various characters in this land, and it comes in a nice little tuck box. I forget how many cards. You can look it up. The backs are very adorable, nice smaller kind of poker size or playing card size. Some of them have straightforward words on them, like this one is flight. Some of them have the created characters from this world. This is Fritch. Whichever one of these is a Fritch. But anyway, the Arboridium has mostly animals. But here, for example, you've got what I'd consider an elf. And maybe this guy, I don't know, is some sort of gnome. And a dog and a crow, a whole bunch of things. And the art is just really fun and whimsical. And I think it's fun to follow along with the guidebook. As you may know, I'm not much of an oracle person, but I like the idea that this had not only the cards and the title, but a story to go along with it. So I'm beginning to get into that and read the different descriptions. This is, I have to read this, the magical stores, but they spell magic funny in this. Treasure. And this is one of the little creatures that I forget the name of, but there's various creatures in this. A lot of rabbits. That rabbit seems to be sort of the main character. But if you like this sort of artwork, there's our moon with the rabbit head and ear. If you like the idea of the fantasy, and imagine if you had kids reading through this, would be an awful lot of fun, having them pull a card for the day and reading a story. But it's fun for me too, because I'm a kid, at heart. So that is the Arboridium Oracle. Impulse buy, a lot of fun, cute art, and cute storybook that comes with it. So I don't know how you use oracles. I don't use them that much, but this one could be kind of fun. And the next one that I got this month, I don't even know how I got it. I was watching somebody who was talking about some deck, and I looked it up, and then there was sort of another deck, on Amazon to relate, if you're interested in this one, look at these kind of thing. And so anyway, I found this Napo Tarot, and it's from several years ago. It's, I believe, US Games. Yeah, US Games, and from 1998, reprinted in 2020. Little white book, tuck box. But Napo is the artist, and I believe he's Argentinian. Terrible backs, absolutely terrible. Decent cardstock, maybe a little more like older cardstock from US Games. I actually found when I got it that several of the backs have weird manufacturing defects, which they're all over the place, but now I can't find them. But anyway, like this one I'm holding, there's another, where the image didn't go all the way down. And I was thinking, you know, I'm just going to contact US Games and see if they have some spare cards from this, because it's kind of an older deck. And after I did that and was waiting for their reply, I thought, well, maybe I should just go to Amazon and say, I'm returning this, send me another one. Anyway, US Games got back very quickly, and I said, well, maybe I should just ask Amazon to replace this because I didn't get it from you. But I just thought you guys might have some spare cards for the 6 or so that were defective. And he said, oh yeah, we'll send them. So I thought that was a good story about US Games. They were, you know, they weren't like, yeah, we didn't sell it to you. We can't help you. They were helpful. So that's digression. Let's look at the cards. I love this deck. If you can deal with keywords and you get it in English and in Spanish, Argentinian, which I assume is Spanish. The artwork, though, you know, if you don't mind the keywords, which I don't always agree with, but they're kind of fun, I just love the artwork. It's really bright and cool art, I think. You know, memories for 6 of Cups makes sense to me. And then in the majors, you don't have the keywords. You have the title in Spanish and English. But if I can get this sucker to focus, there. I just love that artwork. It's really cool. And, you know, it's a mass market, not expensive deck. And, you know, you could trim it. I've thought about that because doesn't, you know, the borders on the back and on the front, and just get down to the card itself. As I said, if keywords drive you crazy, then this is not the deck for you. But it's nice cardstock, beautiful, bright, vibrant colors. Kind of a, you know, it's very RWS, but artistically, it's kind of a different take. Look at the Fool. I love that Fool. And there's a lot of astrological references here. You know, the planets and the signs. They're on Death. I love that Death. So definitely, if you're in for a cool artwork, bright colors, fun deck, and it's not expensive, you know, I really like the Napo Tarot. So that was an interesting discovery, and I'm glad I found it. Okay, going to the other end of the spectrum. This month, I decided I really should have a more historic deck and a Visconti, and I didn't have a Visconti deck. And so I looked through them all, you know, on Amazon or wherever. And I thought, well, the Carrie Yale sounds interesting. And it's a huge box, huge cards, nice box, opens, oops, like this. Has a nice booklet with, you know, full color of the cards. My problem with this, from the moment I got it, is, well, 2 things. One, it sort of looks like photographs of cards on cardstock. It doesn't feel real. It feels like a picture. I don't know how to explain it. You know, there are like an Il Meneghello recreation of Visconti would just be nicer. And the cardstock is shiny. And I'm like, I thought it would be like gold gilded or something elegant feeling, and it's not. So I'm sure there are many people who love this deck and love this version of it. But I was kind of disappointed myself. But I'll see how it grows on me. I don't mind the large size because it's really just, it's for the art. But, you know, the backs are just kind of mottled blue. But yeah, I wasn't as crazy about this as I thought I'd be. So that was probably my biggest oops of the month. Okay, I've got 2 more decks, and I love them both. So let's start with this one. This is the Curious Travels Tarot deck. Arozar, creator, and there is, let's see, that's all I have here. I don't have a first name or anything. But here's the focus. I'm trying to get you the website and stuff. There we go. Okay, if you're interested. It is, you know, this kind of box, not magnetic or anything like that, but hard box. It is on absolutely incredible cardstock. I don't know if I have a deck that I love the cardstock of as much. It's very silky, almost like rose petal, but so soft. It's no hindrance whatsoever to shuffling this deck. It just feels, I handed it to my husband, who's not very interested in tarot, and I said, feel this. And he's like, yeah, that's really nice. So the cardstock is amazing, and the art is amazing. So I will show you some of this. But I will say that this deck is coming out, I believe, from US Games next year. This was the last independent edition, and I don't know if it's still available. It may be. A few of them, you know, may still be around from the creator. But you can get it next year from US Games, but I am sure it will not have this incredible cardstock, and I don't know what, if any, changes are being made. But if you like this deck and you can't get a hold of it, you know, be of good cheer. It'll come out next year from US Games. But the color palette on it is beautiful. There's our 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. Charming art, but not too cutesy for my taste. Beautiful colors. Here's our 3 of Pentacles, which is 3 orca whales, which are all around where I live. And they travel in pods and work together, so 3 of Pentacles makes sense. Here's our Page of Pentacles. And one thing you'll notice on the indie deck, which may not be on the US Games, is a little gold ink on the cards. See in the coin she's holding up to her eye. But a beautiful sort of autumnal color palette. And you see the gold on that. I just love the art on here. And there are things that are in these cards that kind of are challenging, different approach to a certain card. Obviously RWS. I love the Hermit. We all love the Hermits. Almost every Hermit is great, but the Magician, like this is one of the ones where it's like, this is a very different take on the Magician. He's got the tree is the wand. The clouds, I assume, would relate to air and swords. It's got pentacles up here and a cup on the branch. But it's like a young teenager standing at the foot of the tree. It's not your usual magician image, but it works. But anyway, I really like this. In some ways, it reminds me of the Dreaming Way Tarot. Just in terms of being a young energy, but not cutesy, not too cutesy. The 7 of Wands is like an orangutan that's scratching its head and going, why are you coming after me, guys? Okay, I got a stick. I'll fend you off, but we don't do that in on my world. We don't attack each other like you humans do. Beautiful Empress. Anyway, that is the Curious Travels Tarot, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my new favorites. And that brings me to the last one I got in August, and that is the Unfolding Path Tarot. And it's a black box. Lifts off like this. This is a gorgeous deck. This is an incredible deck. It has this fold out that has keywords. Good ones though. I think it really hits it when it comes to the keywords, and you know, has them for the majors on one side and for the minors on the other. So that's handy. And then the cards come in this box with the styrofoam surround and the thumb pull, so you can get them all out. So that's good. Once again, you see it's a thick deck. The cardstock is lovely, a beautiful matte cardstock. And, you know, these are all pretty much standard tarot size. Beautiful backs on this. And the artwork is reasonably contemporary. You know, the people are wearing contemporary clothes, etc. A lot of diversity in this deck. There's some in the Curious Travels, but I think more in here. I kind of love the way the artist has used color, splashes of color, you know, like a wash on the background. And the different suits are pretty much color-coded. But it just is a really cool deck. There's our Queen of Swords. But, you know, again, contemporary, you can tell by the dress that people are wearing. And the attitudes, the faces. Page of Swords. Ten of Cups. And the cups will have this sort of green-blue wash to them. Wands, very vibrant colors. Knight of Wands. Four of Pentacles. A lot of people have tattoos or some sort of symbols on their skin. Queen of Cups. But again, lots of diversity in body size and skin color. The Lovers, or the Two of Cups, sorry, two women. And more of a romantic card than I usually think of the Two of Cups. I think of relationships, but that's fine. The Fool, for some reason, a young girl with a balloon and butterflies. But another deck that, you know, it's RWS, but it has some different takes on some of the cards. But this is a beautiful deck. This and the Curious Travels, I think, are my two big scores of the month. I love them. I'm going to work with them. This is the Wheel of Fortune. And I'd love to know what you think of them, or if you have them. There's the Moon. Pull this closer so it really focuses. And the Tower, kind of from the point of view of the person falling, which is interesting. Very wandsy looking. Anyway, that is a beautiful deck, the Unfolding Path Tarot. And I will try to put where you can get all these decks down below. But that was kind of my August acquisitions, and I think I came away with some cool ones. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys again soon. You take care. Bye.